Hello and welcome to the big fight. And a big fight seems to have broken out between the Election Commission and the government of the day, or more precisely, between the Congress Party and the Election Commission. The Election Commission has now actually hauled up as many as 3 ministers. And the latest one, they've just sent a showcause notice to Sri Prakash Jaiswal accusing him of intimidating voters. And then there are reports that the government and the Congress Party are striking back at the Election Commission and are, according to some reports, seeking to curtail its powers, especially insofar as the Model Code of Conduct is concerned. Just what is happening? What is the way forward? What should happen to the Model Code of Conduct? And are we essentially seeing in election after election now efforts being made either to bribe voters or perhaps to intimidate them? That's what we're going to be taking a close look at. Let me start by welcoming all my guests. I'm going to start off by welcoming Mr. T.S. Krishnamurthy, former Election Commissioner, joining us from Chennai. Sir, always a pleasure to be speaking to you. Thank you so much for being with us. We also have with us Shahid Siddiqui, member of the Samajwadi Party. Sanjay Jha, co-founder of HamaraCongress.com. Great to have you with us right here in the studio. Renika Chaudhary is about to come in and join us in just a minute or two. But Chandan Mitra is with us, Rajya Sabha MP from the BJP. We have with us also Vikas Singh, former Additional Solicitor General of India. It's great to have you with us. And Mr. K.G. Rao, former advisor to the Election Commission as well. So a range of voices out here. As I said, the very latest is a notice that has now been sent to Sri Prakash Jaiswal as well, after similar complaints that have been made. Well, not quite similar. In his case, he's been accused of intimidating voters by saying, either you vote for the Congress or you'll end up with the president's rule. In other cases, Beni Prasad Verma and Salman Khurshid were hauled up on the question of quotas. Mr. Krishnamurthy, if I can start by you, just tell us what exactly is going on. Is this now some sort of open warfare between the government and the Election Commission?
I do not think it's a warfare. Well, I suppose there are different perceptions of different parties about the Election Commission and the Model Code of Conduct. But the first thing I would like to emphasize for the knowledge and for the future use is Model Code of Conduct is a consensus agreement arrived at by political parties to ensure level playing field for all the parties so that the voters can exercise their vote without fear or favor. Unfortunately, over a period of time, the Model Code of Conduct seems to have acquired some kind of an impression that it is meant to create problems for the political parties or for the contesting candidates. This is absolutely wrong. They should realize that it is in the interest of all the political parties and in the interest of good and fair elections that Model Code of Conduct has been put into use by the Election Commission to ensure that the purity of the election process. Unfortunately, again, the political parties have been repeatedly violating some of the basic and fundamental principles of Model Code of Conduct, thinking that it will not catch the attention of the Election Commission, or thinking that it would get some benefit for them. But they should realize in the long run that doesn't pay, and they have to pay a price for that.
Okay. Chandan, before I get the Congress in, let me just get where the status actually is. Is that what really has been happening? And first of all, we've been seeing these reports this week in particular, that there might be moves to make the Model Code of Conduct a law, a statutory order, and not something run by the Election Commission. Do you think that is something which will immediately take all teeth away from the Model Code of Conduct? Because you will then have to go to court for a period of, could drag on for years, and there's no immediate exemplary punishment then.
Yeah, I'll kind of withhold my comments on the Congress till the Congress people are here. But look, I do feel that this idea is totally misconceived. This is not a power the EC wants, although it's been presented as something which will empower the EC. Far from empowering the EC, it will defang the EC, because what will happen once it becomes statutory is, for any kind of complaint, you have to run to the court. And naturally, I'm not blaming the courts. In this particular case, courts can't take prompt decisions. They have to hear both sides, serve notice, there will be legal arguments, which means the whole matter is pushed back by several months, if not years. And the ministers and others who are actually violating the moral code will have no fear that, okay, what will happen 2 years down the line. Whereas EC can act promptly and act as some kind of a restraining force, as it has done in the case of Mr. Salman Khurshid and Mr. Beni Prasad Verma. We shall await what happens to Sri Prakash Jaiswal. So I think the idea is not good. There's no gain in making it a statutory law.
The NDTV news app had redefined the entire genre. Now, another market beater. It's already hit #1.
NDTV Profit, India's #1 finance app. Download free at ndtvprofit.com/apps. Live stream of NDTV Profit, market news and your easy-to-manage portfolio. Download now, ndtvprofit.com/apps.